We continue with Royal Words by the Lubavitcher Rebbe Lecha on page 73. The phenomena of the union of the upper realms and the lower realms go for your own good as the preparation for the giving of the Torah came out in a revealed way and simply in the fulfillment of the mitzvah of circumcision of Avraham Avinu. It has spoken many times that the power that the Jewish people have for the fulfillment of the mitzvah after the giving of the Torah to permeate and set holiness in the physical matters which the mitzvahs are done come from the mitzvahs that our forefathers fulfilled before the giving of the Torah. The actions of our forefathers are a sign for the children, and especially through the mitzvah of circumcision of Avraham Avinu, which the holiness of the mitzvah also before the giving of the Torah remains in the limb and physical objects also after the fulfillment of the mitzvah, unlike other mitzvahs that the forefathers fulfilled, which were a mere fragrance, and therefore Avraham, place your hand under my thigh, so that there be an oath with holding a holy object, since before the giving of the Torah there was no mitzvah in which remained holiness also after the fulfillment of the mitzvah. And since the mitzvah of circumcision was similar to the mitzvah after the giving of the Torah, therefore it connects all of the other mitzvahs to the forefather with the mitzvah of after the giving of the Torah, that the action of the forefather should be a sign for the children. One of the reasons why Hashem chose specifically the mitzvah of circumcision is an empowering for the fulfillment of mitzvah after the giving of the Torah, being similar to them, since in this, the mitzvah, there is an innovation in comparison to all other mitzvahs, that through the fulfillment of this, the mitzvah is set clearly in the physical and material body of a Jew as a sign and covenant with Hashem, my covenant in your flesh, for an everlasting covenant. Furthermore, one of the reasons for this mitzvah is in order to weaken the materialistic aspect of this limb, which, because of their need to be a special caution, and still the innovation of this is that not only does the mitzvah constitute turn away from either, rather the mitzvah transforms this physical and material limb that it be a holy object, to the degree that this becomes an everlasting covenant, bris olam, in a matter that is eternal le'olam. And we may now also olam with the meaning that this is revealed to all the nations of the world olam. And we may say that since the holiness and entirety of the mitzvah of Hashem is drawn even in a physical and material things, expresses even more the eternal power of godliness, that this is drawn and permeates even this place, and therefore this gives the power in all mitzvahs for the forefathers, that they should be an action of the forefathers in the sign for the children for all the mitzvahs after the giving of the Torah, that through them should be a set of holiness in the physical things in an openly revealed way and in an internalized manner. And therefore, specifically through the fulfillment of the mitzvah of circumcision, Hashem changed the name of Avraham, and instead of Avram, he will be called Avram, a father of many nations I have made you, since the mitzvah of circumcision gives also the power to refine all the nations of the world, also in their physicality and materialism, including in the lowest of which there is no lower than it, and there should also shine revelation of godliness, the power of the maker of the creation, including the completeness of this, and the kingship will be for Hashem in the true and complete redemption. Based on this, we will all understand the connection of the uniting of the upper realms and the lowest realms and the giving of the Torah, and also in preparation of this, go for your own good, and the mitzvah of circumcision, and the continuation of the topic that after go for your own good to the land that I will show you. Hashem promised and gave Eretz Yisrael to Avram and his children, however, including in the bris b'nei habesarim, to your children I gave this land. The giving of Eretz Yisrael to Avram is so that Avram and his children after him should transform the physical land and make it from it Eretz Yisrael, dwelling for Hashem in the lowest realms. And in the conquering and service of the Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael is expressed the complete service in uniting the upper realm and the lower realm, the content of the giving of the Torah, that we refine and elevate this lowest world, the physicality and materialism of the world, and we make from it a dwelling for Hashem, and therefore the completeness of the fulfillment of the mitzvah that we're giving at the giving of the Torah, and specifically in Eretz Yisrael. And based on this, it's understood that the giving of Eretz Yisrael in our parsha to your children forever, since the power for the completeness of the fulfillment of the actions of mitzvah after the giving of the Torah, that they should accomplish refinement to the physical objects. With this is the connection of going for your own good. The land I will show you and its completeness with the mitzvah of circumcision, with the going of Avram and Eretz Yisrael, and the going and the giving of Eretz Yisrael to Avram. They are both one continuation and one content, the empowerment and beginning of the union of the upper realms and the lower realm, which is accomplished at the giving of the Torah. And when we say that similar, how the mitzvah of circumcision expresses the completeness of the dwelling in the lower realms in the body of a person, similarly we may say Eretz Yisrael expresses the completeness of the dwelling in the lowest realm in this portion of the world. Based on this, it's understood that the explanation of the lesson and action from the Parshas Lecha as a preparation for the giving of the Torah, since the service must be constantly advancing forward, and including an advance that is incomparable to before, and emphasized in the phenomenon of go for your own good itself, including also regarding the giving of the Torah. As it's understood, we must always have for this the go for your own good, an innovation or an introduction and preparation for the revelation of the giving of the Torah. And most certainly when we are speaking about the comparison to the truly high and immeasurably greater revelation of the true and complete redemption, indeed, since go for your own good and acquiring Eretz Yisrael at the preparation and the beginning of the giving of the Torah, and it's dependent on the completeness of the giving of the Torah, uniting the upper realms and the lower realms. It's understood that as long as there is something missing in the completeness of the acquiring of the land, as in the present time we do not have all the 10 lands, something is missing also in the completeness and the effects of the giving of the Torah, completeness in the fulfillment of the Torah mitzvahs. Specifically, through there will be a completeness of go for your own good from your land to the land I will show you, and acquiring Eretz Yisrael and its completeness and 10 lands, that there will also be the completeness of the fulfillment of the Torah and mitzvahs. The mitzvahs as you deserve, it will be true and complete redemption. And therefore, as long as we are still before the redemption, as it is then pertinent, actually literally, the command to go for your own good from your land to land I will show you, and the acquiring of the completeness of Eretz Yisrael, all 10 lands, also a preparation for the completeness of the Torah and mitzvahs. A new Torah will come from me, in addition to being important to the giving of the Torah every day in a new way, giving the Torah in present tense, which will be also after the redemption. Therefore also there will be the service of go for your own good. The explanation of this also befit the deeper meaning. The conquering of the 7 lands express the service of the refinement of the 7 attributes of the land of the Kanini, Kaznizi, and Kadmani, the service with the faculties of intellect, wisdom, and understanding and knowledge. In the present time, the Jewish people were given only the 7 lands, since now and the main service is comprised of the refinement of the attributes and the service of the 3 faculties of intellect in mainly to influence the attributes. However, in the world to come, when every matter of the service of Hashem will be done at high perfection, the service with the 3 faculties of intellect will also and mainly service in yourself to unite with godliness through the complete union and amazing union of his intellect with the Torah and wisdom of Hashem, which he had, and his wisdom are all one, which through this, that the Torah and the Hashem are one, is revealed how the Jewish people and Torah and Hashem are one. From this it's understood that the completeness of the service, also the 7 attributes, is specifically when we have 10 soul powers, the 3 faculties of intellect, and the 7 attributes are also for themselves. And in the wording of the verse, and you shall love Hashem your God with all your heart, 7 attributes, and with all your soul, 10 powers, and with all your might, and all your very much, similar service that is above and beyond limitations, similar to go for your own good, also in the 10 soul powers of the person, including as it is connected with the true, very much unlimited Hashem. And the perspective. And the perspective, empowerment, and beginning of this was from the command of Parsha, go for your own good from your land and the land I will show you, and the giving of Eretz Yisrael, all 10 lands, which this includes the completeness of the service and also the completeness of the giving of the Torah, that in addition to the revelation of the faculties and intellects that is in the Torah that are related to the attributes of the revelation of the 49 gates of understanding, that we're giving at the present time, as this was in the giving of the Torah the first time, as we also have the revelation of the free faculties of intellect, as they are in the essence the revelation of the 50th gate, including, and it's incomparably higher than the 49 gates, in the new Torah that will come forth from me in the true and complete redemption, and together with the exceedingly high revelation, these three faculties of intellect, as they are in essence, that will also be drawn in the whole entire world, including also in the low earth, and as hinted in the letter Kuf of Kanini, Kaznizi, Kadmani, which go below the line, and 3 times Kuf, a manner of Hazaka, that there will be the land, the land will be covered with knowledge of Hashem as the waters cover the sea, and we can explain Yam Sea in the numerical value of Nun 50, corresponding to the revelation of 50th gates, and the Mayan waters in plural, which alludes to the public domain of the land, and the world of separation will be conquering them in plural, and it will be openly revealed that the entire world is only a secondary cover to the ocean of the Torah. The 50th gate water has no end above that beyond limitation. One of the practical instructions from the above spoken, every Jew has an obligation to go to Torah study, to expand it, to innovate new insights in Torah. No matter how much Torah a Jew has already learned, it is always possible to add to it to the degree of in an innovative matter. Since Torah is beyond limits, its measure is longer, and the earth wider than the ocean, and furthermore, being that it's wisdom of Hashem, every detail of Torah itself gives the power to give birth to more details with no end. In the giving and innovation itself, it can be a several matters of revealed advance and innovation, and within itself several levels. The level from go for your own good to land I will show you, this should not be merely a regular going and innovation, rather a true going, which is specifically an immeasurable advance, that he goes completely away from his previous state and what was used to, even his routine and holiness, including the innovations that he previously innovated, and also advance beyond his manner of thinking that he previously had and liked, until he reaches to the land that I will show you. He reveals you yourself, your essence, his entire capability, also his hidden powers, and similar with the power themselves, that only the revelation of the 7 attributes and the intellect that is revealed to the attributes, rather also the intellect that is in its essence, which specifically this constitutes the innovation of go for your own good. I will show you the regular service of a person is through using his revealed powers. In this there is nothing novel, since there are the powers that he has and that he knows of as a result of the understood and simple, that he must use them to their fullest. And similarly, the hidden powers, however hidden, is related close to being revealed. This is not that novel that in true novel is when he reveals in himself you, your essence, a hidden power which no one, including he himself, knew and or thought of, that he had such powers to the degree that he wonders how he does even have this. And when he uses these powers to innovate new insight in Torah, this is truly go for your own good to the land I will show you. And just as it must be regarding one's own Torah study, so too this must be also regarding the service of establishing many students, including to gatherings on Shabbos to teach Torah to them. And this must be in a matter of true going in a truly novel matter, namely that in addition to what is self-understood, that he must constantly add in a number of quantity of the students, not only suffice how many he accomplished until now, even if it is already established many students, as long as he has the ability to reach another Jew and another Jew, including all sorts of Jews, as they should take part in a Torah class, he must do this as obvious, and especially that there is always new boys and girls who become bar and bar mitzvahs that one can influence, that they should take part in Torah classes. And similarly regarding adding in quality of study with the more understanding and more depth to the degree of a new study and a new way and accomplish, the student becomes a veteran student to innovate insights in Torah. And this is nothing novel, since everyone has the obligation to extend to it, as mentioned above. A true going is when the novel insight of the student is from his hidden powers that till the moment he did not even know that he had them. And as obvious, there the one to evaluate all these matters is not oneself, since due to being busy with another mitzvah or due to the love of himself, one can sometimes make a mistake in calculation, rather specifically someone else that is not biased. And in all this is added a special emphasis in our generation based on the spoken above, that in this generation, especially the last generation of the exile and the first generation of redemption, is exceedingly emphasized the service of go for your own good from your land to the land I will show you, and the acquiring of the 10 lands. It is understood that this must first and foremost reflect the service similar to this of the Jewish people, through him adding in Torah study and not only benefiting his three faculties of intellect that are revealed to the attributes, rather all three faculties of intellect in essence, which this is especially through adding in the study of deeper part of Torah, including in the explanation of these matters, in the service of the intellect, including in the matter of the redemption of Mashiach. And may it be the will of Hashem that through the additional in the service of go for your own good should immediately be fulfilled simply, go for your own good from your land, gather are dispersed from the four corners of the earth, and we go to the land that I will show you, to the length and to the width, including in the land, the Kenizi, and Kadmani, which we receive in a peaceful manner from the nations of the world, as mentioned earlier. And together with this, we have the completeness of all 10 powers of the soul, and the 7 attributes of the 3 faculties of intellect, together with also mainly the revelation of the new Torah insights will come forth from me, including in a manner that this is spread to the entire world. The world will be covered with the knowledge of Hashem as the water covers the sea, and also the nations of the world, that the only occupation of the whole world will be to know Hashem alone, and the kingdoms will be for Hashem, and similarly in all parts of the world, inanimate, what grows or vegetation and animals will be revealed the power of the creator in the creation, including that a stone from the wall will cry out, and similarly a fig, what grows, similarly animals, all creations will know that you created it, and all matter that were formed will understand that you formed it, and those that have a soul in its nostrils will say the whole world becomes a dwelling for him. Blessed be he in the lowest realms, and also in the worlds of Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya, there will there be the revelation of the world of Atzilus, in idiom of Asilu, close to him, in essence of the animator. Blessed be he. And from Lecha we come immediately to the parshas of Hashem appeared to him, and its completeness in the true and complete redemption. And your eyes will see your master, souls and bodies at the height of health and perfection, more and mainly, literally, immediately. Thank you for watching. Zelle.